I'm going to open up for my intro today, smelling the flowers. And I'm going to act as if you caught me off guard. Okay? That's what I'm going to Okay.
You know I'm gonna edit this in, right? I'm gonna edit this explanation in. Hi everyone, my name is
Okay.
Hi everyone, my name is Faye.
Hi guys, I'm Erby.
And welcome to I'm a Fan, the show where we talk shit or fan out about Drag Race. So today we are focusing on Drag Race UK episode 4 of season series 2.
Yes, Morning Glory is a title.
So everyone's kind of like, giving good wishes to Athena, talking about Athena, yada, yada, yada. And then Lawrence Chaney chimes in, which immediately pisses off Jenny.
We saw hints of this before, where Jenny doesn't like, the girls talking bad about one another. So she stood up for Athena at that moment when Lawrence made her little comment.
I genuinely don't even remember what Lawrence said, because it was immediately shut down by Jenny being like, Lawrence, can you shut the fuck up?
The tension was like, it started off real hot.
They were trying to do some US tension.
I loved it though. Good TV. Good TV.
Yes, the drama. Yes.
Yeah. Ahura really doesn't think that Tia should still be here because Ahura was close to Athena.
I'm actually really, really excited that we got to have more of an Ahura-centered episode, because I feel like she's just been kind of like lying in the back and being like, shady comment, and now I'm gonna, not really have any screen time. So it was nice to kind of like get a little more info about her as well. I think the arc is like starting to move, which is exciting.
Like that story structure coming in. I don't know if it's just editing or if it's just her becoming more comfortable. Up until now, she was living up to a little bit up to the reputation of being, the shady bitch. You know what I mean?
Which, listen, I love a good shady bitch. So, like, if that was all she was going to be this whole season, that was fine.
I'm so glad that they humanized her even more.
Everyone comes back in. It's a brand new day. And then we kind of have, like, Tace and Tia get into it a little bit. Tace kind of affirming what Ahora's been saying in a way, saying that, like, there have been some really big hitters going home and you're still here. Mm-hmm. And Tia was not having it at all.
She stood up for herself, which is something that I'm really proud that she did that. Tia was taking it really well, like she was like, all right, bitch, all right, fine, you say what you need to say, but I'm still here, I had to fight, and I'm here. They like something about me.
So they do a version of a parody of the Great British Bake Off, which is the Great British Fake Off, which they just, are given these individual like pastries and they have to kind of like pitch them to RuPaul. What did I write down here? I wrote, did you do selling pastries brought in by the pit crew? Oh, okay. I thought.
Okay, can we highlight the pit crew one more, like just a second?
Okay, yeah, sure. I'll put him right here for you.
Right here. The chocolate one especially.
I'll crop him out and just put him here.
Here's
what we'll do. I'm gonna crop him out. I'm gonna put him right over here, right near your face, like over here, like right there. Yeah, and he'll stay there for the rest of the mini challenge.
Oh, lovely! I love it. Oh, I'm sorry, that was your nipple. My bad.
I thought Tia did great.
She stuck it. Then she stuck it in her back, like in her butt. What did she?
That was Tace. Tace did that. Tace stuck it like up her ass.
What?
Which was interesting.
Oh my god!
An interesting choice.
Tia was crawling. Tia was crawling. Yes. Tia loves to crawl, doesn't she? Tace brought some pretty humorous choices.
Yes, very interesting choices. Yes, Tace and Lawrence made some really interesting choices.
Bimini was my favorite, but Lawrence is probably my second favorite.
It is wild to me that like Bimini can be on like British TV and make fun of Brexit. Like, if she was in America and she was trying to make fun of some American shit, they'd be like, okay, cut that.
No problem.
We're not gonna talk about that. I thought Veronica did a really good job too. Some crazy faces, and that's all you need to do to win me over, really.
Really? You're pretty easy, huh?
Yeah. Oh, speaking of somebody who did not do well this challenge or the Maxi challenge, we have Ellie Diamond, who was tall.
Yeah.
She was very tall.
Bimini was my favorite. She had me cracking up. Was she the one that won?
She is the one that won.
She's the one that won.
Yes.
Yay!
Bimini is here and Bimini is showing out now. So she wins the mini challenge. And
It's
did she
showing
win
up.
a thing? She didn't win anything. They don't win things, right?
They
They
don't
don't
know.
win
They don't.
things. No.
Nah.
But she won. Yay. Yay, Bimini. So we get into the
Mm-hmm.
maxi challenge where they have to host a morning talk show.
The graphics though for the intro,
Oh
like
no,
with
the
the what is that, the Big Ben, like it was rising.
mm-hmm,
Like
mm-hmm.
I was like, all right, y'all.
All right, we got the joke, y'all. We got the joke. So they are paired up into teams. So we have I got them on the notes. Bimini and Tace. We have Veronica and Sister, Ellie and Lawrence, Tia and Ahura, and then Jenny doing the weather but being a hippie.
We definitely got to start with Tia and Ahura.
Oh
The
yes,
girls.
yes, because they're
Tia
grouped for
and
the first
Ahura.
time together, which
Yes.
is exciting for the audience.
For the audience, right? I was nervous. These girls, they end up choosing the roles that they wanted to play, right? So when the two of them said that they were willing to play the Essex girls, I automatically thought, damn, well, this is going to be juicy. Like something's going to happen. But they actually meshed really well. Ahura is hilarious.
Yeah, she was really good at improv, which I think was the surprising thing for a lot of people. Tia played like the straight man to allow
Right.
Ahura to like really get that shine.
Bruce coming
Oh, I
out.
loved it. I loved it. The full nipple just out, just out.
A morning talk show, girl.
I really, really enjoyed Bimini and Taste. I thought Bimini and Taste did like such a good job together. They really like fed off of each other, but were their like own individual characters, which I think is
Yeah.
hard when you just like jump into some improv. You're like, okay, it's easy to kind of like do the thing that the other person is doing, or like try to like, up that. But like Bimini and Taste both stayed true to like their own individual characters, which I thought was really, really good. So like kudos to them.
They talked about what they were going to do and they knew what they were going to do before they got onto that set. I also picked out the cards being upside down with Bimini before she even said a word. I was already laughing.
Bimini and Ahura were like just so damn good.
Yeah, they were it.
I think Veronica and Sister were both the worst, but for very different reasons. Like Veronica was giving nothing, but also Sister like didn't do anything. She was being very like very me when I do improv, very like I'm gonna watch.
I feel like she was waiting for Veronica to give her
something
ammo
to bite into. Exactly.
Yeah, and she wasn't giving it to her, and so like she didn't have anything to do. When really should be like Bimini and Taste already have what you want to do prepared, and if any other improvisation stuff come up, then okay, it comes up, but at least you're prepared with what you want to do. And I feel like she didn't come prepared.
She's very good at when things like were thrown at her, but like there was no weather report for like you being the weather reporter. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The judges used the word manic, and I thought that was a good word to describe what it ended up becoming.
You kind of have to make a choice in regards to the thing that you were assigned to do. Like it's good to have like all that character work done, which I think she did a lot of character work. But like when it comes to like doing the job, you still kind of have to do the job. Even if you do the job poorly, you still have to like today it's gonna be nice and sunny, and there's just like a bunch of like thunderstorms and like clouds.
Right.
You can do that. You can still make it dumb and stupid, but like you have to do something in regards to the thing. Someone else who I think did not do very well, but was not pointed out for any reason, was Ellie Diamond. I was not vibing with Ellie Diamond this week, especially paired with like Lawrence, who was just so good.
Lawrence was just so great. Like, she had the character and she was so great at improvising. And I think that Ellie tried to match. She didn't go for it, She didn't go out there. I feel like she went out there just a little bit, not manic out there, but like, make bolder choices and just went with it. She had like this whole baby doll looking thing, vibe going on. Go with it. Like have a diaper on. Why don't you have something?
You know what it was is that she didn't really have like a character. Like she put all the things on, and I know that they talked about what they were gonna do, but like because they had a plan very clearly, but like she didn't have a character. It's like the exact opposite problem that Jenny Lemon was having, where Jenny was all character,
Right.
Ellie was
No.
just all plan. That
Yeah.
paired with like her performance in the mini challenge. I know mini challenges like don't count, but like I was like,
You were over it.
I love her so much. I love her, like I love her style of drag. I think it is so cool. And like she makes all her own shit. She is so creative. But like these challenges are kicking her ass.
Do you think she's going to last long if she keeps going this way?
My honest opinion is that we are going to get to Snatch Game, and that is when we will see the fall of Ellie Diamond.
Yeah, I agree. I was thinking that earlier today too when before we did this. Yeah, she's gonna struggle with that. Mm-hmm. That's all improv. That's all
it's all improv.
And it's character. So like, we'll see.
I'm hoping she proves me wrong because I really, really, really enjoy her drag.
So before we get to the runway, the girls were getting ready. Yes. There was a couple things that happened. So Sister, who is, I haven't really felt connected to her. I guess I liked her because she was, chill and she wasn't talking sass or anything like that. She was vibing. So I did like her, but I didn't know her. She felt distant. This episode, she opened up about her own demons, inner demons, self-doubt, her self-editing too much, and where that stems from, so I really appreciated her opening up this episode too.
I think that was important. I mean, not just because she was like, in the bottom, but also because of the self-editing, which is why we haven't seen that much of Sister. We never hear from her in confessionals because like if you're self-editing all the time, there's not really an organic moment happening.
She did say that she wants to open up. She's really talented, so.
Well, after this week, I'm sure she had a lot of time to practice before they came back. Something else that was really, really great, speaking again of Tia and Ahura, was them having this conversation and Ahura opening up kind of like about her own insecurities, which, pairs with Tia's storyline really well, which, these producers, they know what they do.
Right. They know. They don't win those Emmys for nothing, okay? Mm-hmm. But yeah, Ahura opened up and also talked about criticizing herself. She's beautiful, flawless. But that's always, it's different when you're looking at yourself and, what other people have said to you throughout the years while they're growing up, you start to really nitpick. And, she really opened up about that and her, not fear, but like where her bitchiness comes from, where it stems from, having to protect herself for so long because other people were bitchy to her. She, I guess, used that as like a defense mechanism now. She talks about how alone she feels. One of the moments that really touched me was when she was talking about before the girls go up on stage, everybody's complimenting each other, their looks and wishing each other good luck. And it teared me up and it teared her up too, talking about it because she doesn't have that back home. It was really nice as an audience member to see these two kind of squash their beef and like. Right. And allow some room for growth, inner growth and then growth between the two of them, their own relationship. Let's go to this runway. Okay. Yes. So category is Monster Mashup, which I live for this category. This is such a cool category idea. Let's just go down the list in order of appearance, I guess. So, Veronica, who gave us like a pig snake type of like creature thing. Medusa, but like with the snout. She made up for the maxi challenge. She looked amazing. Her dress was really cute too. I like she was saying that how it combined the snake skin with the pig skin, and I like that. The minute she walked out, I was like, oh, this is gonna be the category. Like the girls are coming. Yeah. Sister coming out in a mummy/wolf hybrid look. I saw the fur coming out, of the bandages. I thought, okay, well, that's different, but it wasn't enough. It was too much mummy, not enough wolf, and it was just like, yeah. Bimini Bamboo Lash looking like a Pamela Anderson slash like Devil Child.
I really liked it. It was great. It was real, real good. I liked it a lot.
Typical sexy vixen, that's Bimini. But I love the costume, the brow, the forehead. I think it probably could have been done a little bit better to make it more drag. The judges mentioned that later on, but I don't know how necessarily because it was so far out. The forehead was so far out. So like they were saying about lashes.
I honestly disagree with the judges. Wait, hold on. Because Ellie is right here. You want to say hi?
Hi, Ellie. Ellie. Mm.
I think the lash would have been like weird, honestly, because the forehead is so big. You did not need a lash with that look. What I think might have helped open the eye up a little bit is if she did like a line of white under each eye. I think had she done made it a little bit bigger to really open up the eyes, that would have done what Michelle was thinking a lash would have done, in my opinion.
Right. The hair.
Yeah.
It was a little messy. So at first glance, I was like, oh, it's cute. But then she stood there, like, oh, wait, no, it is frizzy. It definitely needs to
yeah. But I think overall, great job. I think Bimini's really, really stepping into this competition now.
I'm so happy. This is a perfect time to do that.
Taste with vampire / Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein look. It was cool. It wasn't like, the greatest thing for me. She was beautiful, but I mean, she's always beautiful. It's Taste.
Yeah, this is another costume that I feel like I've seen a lot. It just wasn't, it wasn't amazing.
Yeah.
It was all right.
I feel like maybe if the gown was a little more vampirical, because like the hair, like the little white streak in the hair is so very Frankenstein that would have been recognizable immediately. But I think had the gown been a little more like, vampiric, maybe like rhinestoned a little bit, or a lot of it. I think that probably would have given us something more. It felt very like Bride of Frankenstein, but I got fangs.
Go outside the box, basically.
Yeah.
Step outside the box more. Jeannide Lemon, with this acidic, poisonous look.
I thought it was cool, but I also was like, where's the mashup of it?
Monster mashup.
Right. Right. And that's not a monster. She did the witch, which is like the witchiness of it was like, okay, that is technically under the category of monster. But then like the toxic waste with it just didn't make sense.
It's another look where I wanted a little bit more. I did feel like it was a little bit safe compared to like, you got Veronica coming out here looking like the way she did and whatnot. So like I need to see that. That's what you're competing against. And I felt like it felt flat a little bit.
Lawrence giving us a mashup of a bunch of different movies, including Sweeney Todd and Leatherface.
I really love the attention to detail with this look. That reveal was really cool. You saw the ear, the eyes for earrings, the eyeballs for earrings. I really enjoyed this.
Oh, it was just so good. It was so detailed. It was so right. It was just so good.
Honestly, right now, I feel like Lawrence probably might win.
It's giving very the Vivian. It's giving very same storyline. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Ellie Diamond, I thought was sexy but still at the same time, Ellie, she still stayed true to herself. And I appreciate that. I don't know how it stands up to like everybody else, like all the people like Veronica. Veronica is so number one to me. But like I really enjoyed the look.
On the runway is where we really get to see like Ellie Diamond actually shine. Because like I said, the challenges have been kicking her ass. But like on the runway, she, you can tell she feels very confident in what she brings. She's like, I made all this shit myself, so I know what it looks like. I know the shit looks good. You know what I mean? I thought this look went over well, but I think comparatively to like some of the others, like a Veronica, and like a Lawrence, it just kind of fell in like the middle for me. Oh, someone whose runway I loved this week, which I was like kind of shocked by it, was Tia Coffee.
Tia is not basic anymore, okay? She has proven everybody wrong this week.
It was really, really cool.
I was actually howling like, oh yes, girl, yes.
It just made my heart happy to be like, Tia did really well this week.
Yeah. I'm really excited for her. And then after Tia comes Ahura, right? Was it Ahura? Was next?
Yes.
Ahuра's the last one.
It was fine. I agree with the judges. I'm glad that she like took the wig off and revealed like the brain underneath, because otherwise I was like, where's really the zombie? Even when she took the wig off, I was like, it's fine.
She's somebody I think is very safe in her beauty and fashion, and stepping outside of that is tough for her. She should have went further. Still keep it fashion. Lawrence did that and still kept it fashion.
She definitely seems like she is like afraid to like look anything other than beautiful, because she invented a horror to kind of like, be this beautiful, glamorous person that she couldn't be. So it does make sense that she, kind of holds on to that. But in order to kind of like progress in this competition, you kind of got to let that go. I really do think that like had her runway been stronger, had she not been afraid to be a little ugly, she probably would have won this week.
Probably, yeah, because she did amazing in the Maxi Challenge. So some of the girls thought that Veronica, based off of the Maxi Challenge in particular, was going to be in the bottom. And they made sure to let that be known, in Untuck in the back. And Veronica was not having it. She was not having it.
Yo, like we are seeing a whole nother side of Veronica. She won that badge and she's been like, bitch, y'all can't tell me nothing. Y'all cannot even look at me the wrong way or I'm popping. Right. I don't know how I feel about this Veronica. Honestly. I don't like it. I don't think I care for this Veronica.
Right. I understand. Yeah, you gotta defend yourself and speak up for yourself and you believe in yourself. Okay. And you had a bad week. Okay. But the way she was talking though was just so arrogant. Yeah, like she was acting too much like a diva in the bad sense.
It very much feels like from a narrative perspective that like Ahura is like coming down from her villain role and Veronica is like rising as the true villain of the season. Which is interesting. And I genuinely feel like, UK has been such a really, really good season because of its unpredictability, but also because of like the way that like they have like set up the narration for these past few episodes. It's just been so good. There's nothing wrong with being like, you know what, y'all are right, I did have a really bad week. And then being like, but I'm still gonna turn out next week. And then that being the end of it. Lawrence wins the challenge for being the most consistent one. So then the bottom three is Veronica, Jenny, and Sister. And then the judges inform Veronica that she is safe.
Right.
Do you agree with that? Do you agree that the bottom should have been Jenny and Sister?
I agree. I think Sister definitely struggled and Jenny struggled in the challenge, and their looks didn't do them any favors. So I think Veronica was safe because of her runway. Yeah,
for sure.
That's what they did. I was very sad though, girl.
No, because Jenny has been a favorite of mine this entire time.
I love her.
So I mean, Sister, I can't say the same for because like they've literally given you 2 seconds of screen time. Right. But like Jenny has been like Jenny. Jenny Lemon. Sister and Jenny. So they lip sync to keep me hanging on. The lip sync starts and Sister immediately like gets into it as per usual you would do if you were in a lip sync for your life. However, Jenny Lemon decides to not lip sync and to walk off of the stage and not come back. Bye.
She said bye. You see her walking. I'm looking like she's not singing. I'm like, oh, why isn't she singing? What's going on? And she going towards the back of the runway, and I'm like, oh, is she gonna like do like, I don't know, she gonna surprise us to her cartwheels or like, and then she legit walked off stage and didn't come back. I legit wrote, what the WTF?
You knew she wasn't coming back when like she turned back around, cackled, and then walked off. I was like, oh, this
right. The reason behind it, I can respect that. I was her best friend there in the competition, and she felt like it was her time. You could see Jenny too, like throughout the weeks, little by little, the
Checking
confidence
out a
has
little
been,
more and more.
yeah, it hurt, but I understand, and I respect the decision that she made, regardless.
I respect your decision, but I also feel like whenever anybody kind of like gives up on a lip sync or, I mean, this is the first time anyone has ever like, let the music start and just walked out. I don't know. It just it feels a little like shitty to me because like, you're there to compete in this competition and like, some other girl who went home is kind of like I'd feel salty if I had just gone home and then I see this on my TV that you just like gave up. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I would have been like, well then, bitch, why didn't you raise your hand in the back last week so
right,
then I could have
right.
stayed? You know what I mean?
It is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is what it is. She made her choice, and like, while
Yeah.
I personally probably wouldn't have made the same choice, I do understand her decision making,
Mhm.
and I think she did a great job this season. I loved having her there. So I guess see you later, Jenny. See
Yeah.
ya. I really have to applaud Sister Sister. She did such a phenomenal job, and she kept going. It was a little weird to me that no one was like, let's call the music after Jenny like clearly was not going to come back. But I was like, what? Good on Sister Sister. She performed the whole thing. She was like, what? I'm going to act like these people came to see me and me alone, and I'm going to give them a show. And I really respected that, and I love that.
She was going ham, and this was the best thing for her in many ways because she came fully alive. It was perfect, a breath of fresh air. Terrible situation, but hey, at least she got to prove herself.
Yes.
Um, and that goes hand in hand with what they set up in the beginning of the episode. Stepping outside your comfort zone, stop self-analyzing too much, and just be free. Let go. She did that.
As much as it was like it was kind of stupid, I also loved Rue being like, I've made my decision. And then the dramatic music and everything. And then like the pause. I was like, y'all, what are we doing? Then Sister Sister, after she was like, Sister Sister, Shantae, you stay. She was like, oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I was like, y'all are cutting up. Y'all. So that is the end of this episode. But we do get a sneak preview into episode 5. Rue comes on in the workroom and tells the girls that due to the coronavirus pandemic thing, she worded it very well. But due to life stopping for everyone else, we also have to stop here. For now, bye y'all. And everyone's like, what? Because they've been trapped in their hotel rooms. They don't have their phones, they don't have access to internet right now, so they probably didn't know that things were getting that crazy on the outside, because how would they know? They only really interact with each other.
I'm interested to see how they bounce back from that and how exactly they manage to film during it. I mean, I'm sure we get a sense of that with US. We see how they're doing it with US, but how do the girls take it?
Yeah.
With all this massive changes happening, what happens? And if they have to go home, and also coming back, it's totally different from US where they started off like that. They have to like stop and come back. I wonder how the competition is going to be now
Right.
after that.
How things are going to change, you know what I mean? Like, because I mean, you can look at it in the way of like, things were just starting to move and now we're like, we all have to go back home. But it's also a really great opportunity to be like, okay, for a tea of coffee where they were telling her that her looks were basic, let me step up my game. Let me see what
Yeah.
else can be done for these fits so that when I come back, I'm ready to bring it. You know what I mean? So it's a good opportunity to kind of like refresh everything and, get yourself really, really ready because now you've had the experience already. So I am interested to see like, the people that aren't doing super great in challenges or aren't doing super great in like, runways, how like this break possibly changes the dynamic of the competition.
At the same time, they're going to have to be a lot more creative in how they do that because things are shut down too.
Yeah.
So like that it is a perfect time, whether it's mentally you have to prepare yourself, or if your costumes need to be elevated, and if you're going to take all these notes that you have been given, that's a brilliant opportunity for you to hone all that in and be more creative and push yourself even further, especially with Tia.
Oh no, yeah. And if I was Ellie Diamond especially, I'd be like, okay, bitch, I'm gonna take some improv classes and I'm gonna be ready. Y'all not gonna catch me slipping. All in all, are you a fan of this episode?
I think it was really, really well done. I'm a big fan of the episode. I am highly entertaining.
Well, I hated it. No, I'm kidding. I really, really enjoyed this episode. It was such a good episode. I'm excited to see what they do with the rest of the season. Yes. We will see what happens. All right, so that's it for another I'm a Fan episode. You do all the things. Y'all watch YouTube. You know what the hell to do. And the like and the subscribe and then the notification ding ding ding. Yep. All right. Love y'all. We're gonna go talk about US now. So talk to y'all later.
Bye everyone.
Bye.